you see already our green behind coming, so it understood. You also see that it took the 16:9. The title is on the slide, benchmarks, and then slowly it will produce the slide for me.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before. Welcome to today's workshop. We're going to showcase a bunch of great use cases for Gen AI. We're going to focus on deep research and also ChatGPT's new image generation features.
Myself, I am actually like you. I'm a finance guy first. I worked 15 years in finance in a big French international group. And while I was in finance, the thing I loved the most was to use technology to make my work better. So now we talked before about image generation, but we know in finance, our big problem is that we are really good at presenting tables, but they always look ugly. They are like really hard to digest. It's because we are not in, like, maybe we don't have like the genes for visuals. Well, now it's good because we have actually a designer available for us. And if you just activate create image, and you are now going to prompt to say based on the information provided. So we already have the information. I just like give a screenshot of the benchmark we used before. And really important here, I say create a slide which is 16:9, because by default, the create image will give you like something like a square or something like this, but we want a slide format. So it will be 16:9. Then I use words like modern, minimalistic. I give some of my designs like blue and green. And I explain I'm going to present the benchmark in a table with some icons for each benchmark, because I want to do that. Then what I will do is I will go back to the discussion where I had the benchmark. I will take a screenshot of this. I will copy. And then I will paste it. And then let's look at the results. So I will accelerate a bit because normally it takes 2 minutes, but you see already our green behind is coming, so it understood. You also see that it took the 16:9. The title is on the slide, benchmarks, and I have the correct column names. And then like slowly it will produce the slide for me. And exactly like I asked, with the icons, the names, and all of what we see in the top, like median, top quartile, typical range, it's taking everything from it. But again, like a junior designer might make typo mistakes. That's where you have to review. And I don't know if you see any mistake here, David. You have, for example, negative. You don't see the other range. So that's a function. I will show it again because not a lot of people know it. Because they know you can create image, they don't know how to modify it.
So you can select. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. You can select.
So you have this button in the top right, which will help you to select a zone that you want to change. And there, I'm just prompting to change only that. And now I'm going to say, okay, make sure to show, and it was like 20% up to plus 20%. So I just need to type this. And then it's going to change this for me. So just accelerating a bit.
It's really cool. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And then you can see that after a few minutes, it changed what I wanted.
Okay. And so you did 16:9 because that will fit in your standard like Google Slides or PowerPoint presentation, right?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And again, like my trick will be here, sometimes the wording, you might not be happy sometimes. So try once or twice to change it in the image. But at the end, if you feel there is more change to do, just like bring that on PowerPoint and put something on top like a box, and nobody will notice. And that's still super efficient.
Can I prompt it? You did green and blue as the colors. If I have an image or, my company has a style guide, can I load that up and it'll try to replicate those colors?
Yeah, so I recommend we do that also sometimes. If you already have a description of your branding guidelines, or an example of your slide, it's even better both, like an example plus your hex code, your font, the typical logos. Then the more you give, the better will be the output. And that's what is cool. At the beginning, you can start by uploading your files or uploading your templates and ask to perform again in the same style. So now we did the benchmark, but right now is the season of conferences. So now let's imagine you decide to go to Las Vegas. How can you use the image generation to communicate with your audience on LinkedIn? I can upload my picture, make it genuine, but also maybe use the Las Vegas theme. That's what we got. So it's
That
not
is
really
amazing. I like how it didn't actually listen to your instructions of 1080 by 1350. It recognized that it was a social media post and said, "This is what you want." That's really
exactly.
great.